Welcome everybody to Billy Louise Yarborough Stadium. Chris Zavaglia with my partner Soad Balazi here on the Solana College Sports Network. We have an outstanding matchup today between the visiting Healdsburg Prune Packers and the Rockville Rock Hounds. Prune Packers have beaten the Rock Hounds 4 times this summer so far. So Soad, Fam's on the mound today for the Rock Hounds. What do you expect from him today to keep the Rock Hounds in this game and win today's ball game?
I expect him to be very aggressive. He is an aggressive pitcher. He has a little over 24 innings under his belt. He has a 4.74 ERA. That is not bad at all. That's actually pretty good for him, or just in general, actually, it's really good. So I expect Alex to attack the hitters very on early, keep the Healdsburg Prune Packers off their balance, and just keep it rolling like that. Sounds
good. And you also have the lineup for the visiting Prune Packers.
Yes, I do. Leading off for the Prune Packers, we have Bryce Nagata playing center field. In the second hole, we have Grant Little playing shortstop. Playing left field, hitting third, Jamey Smart. Hitting cleanup, playing third base, we have Dave Tofflin. Hitting fifth, first baseman, Ryder Kuhns. In the sixth position, DH, Nick Oar. In the seventh hole, playing right field, Landon Etzel. Catching, hitting eighth, Koelzer. And in the eighth spot, we have second baseman, Esteban Martinez. And in pitching, we have Seamus Lyons. And for the Rock Hounds, leading off, we have Dominic Foscalina playing center field. DH today in the second hole, we have Willy Homza. Right fielder, Max Smith hitting third. Cleanup today, left fielder, Grant St. Martin. Third base, Garlind Webster hitting fifth. Hitting sixth, we have Kevin Sandri playing shortstop today. Hitting seventh, we have Vinnie Margiotta playing second base. Hitting eighth, Daniel Page playing first base. And then rounding up the lineup, we have Zach Bartelme catching today, and Alex Pham on the mound.
Thank you, Soad. Pham's getting ready. They got to step it in. We're all just getting situated here still. Looks like we're all set. Pham set. They got to set. First pitch. In there for a strike. 0-1. Pham takes the sign from Bartelme. Curveball. In there. 0-2.
Exactly what he needs to do, just attack quickly so the count could be in his favor.
It's really going to be key today against these Prune Packers is Pham getting ahead of these hitters and mixing in his breaking stuff.
I mean, the Prune Packers aren't a really team to mess with. You know, they're 21-9 on the season. They have a 9-game winning streak, and they're 4-0 against the Rockville Rock Hounds. So they're trying to make it 5-0 while the Rock Hounds are trying to break that.
Pham throws a curveball, gets away from Bartelme. Even it up to 2-2. And based on the lineup for the Rock Hounds today, and it looks like, for the most part, this is probably the best lineup they put out against the team thus far.
Yeah, we have the big hitter, Grant St. Martin, Max Smith. We have Vinny, the hustler.
I mean, that middle of the order in Smith, Martin, Webster, and even Sandri has a nice little contact sixth hitter. Yeah, I think it's a great lineup. They got to fouls the fastball up and in to stay alive. Beautiful day at Billy Louise Yarborough Stadium. Just a slight breeze compared to what it usually is out here in Fairfield. As Nagata checks his swing. We'll bring it a full count.
I actually need it to get a little 10 degrees colder because I'm wearing a sweater and I don't want to look stupid the whole day, you know? So I need the wind to pick up.
The 3-2 from Pham. Fastball in the dirt. Nagata gets on from base on balls.
Pham's last start, he had an issue with walks like that. He needs to understand the situation. There was an 0-2 count, then he worked it up to a 2-2, then full count, and then a walk. So he just can't give up free bases like that and needs to just, attack, just keep attacking. But then again, credit where it's due. Healdsburg Prune Packers, they're very aggressive, and he knows not to throw them, lob anything towards them.
At shortstop, Grant Little steps in, takes the first pitch strike outside corner. Little batting .329 on the summer so far. Pham sets. Throws on over to Page at first. Nagata gets back.
Page playing first today. We usually see him at third base when he does start. Had a little accident with his glove yesterday where the ball was hit so hard to him it broke his glove. But that's what they call it, the hot corner.
As Little fouls the curveball right side near his own bullpen. Unable to make the grab out there is number 8 for the Prune Packers. Pham up on Little, 0-2. See what he throws here. Might throw that breaking ball. Could set up the fastball here for that breaking ball. As Nagata has an aggressive lead over there at first. Could see him go here on the 0-2. Fastball fouled back. Stay alive and Little.
Nagata already saw the pickoff move that, Pham has. So maybe he thought it was not that of an aggressive pickoff. So maybe he just decided to take a bigger lead. Make the pitcher worry about you. That's what you have to do. Keep him off his game.
Get him focused on Nagata. Maybe make a mistake to Little. Pham throws over. Closer play, but Nagata's still able to get in there. Nagata's not backing down over there first. We'll see if they call a pitch out here. The 0-2. Curveball off the outside corner. 1-2.
Do you see him going in this at-bat?
With the aggressive lead he has, ideally he probably should have gone there on the curveball just because it was 0-2. Probably easier pitch. Now it's 1-2. Pham might throw the fastball here, so Bartelme might have more of a chance, but nonetheless, Little fouls that back. Nagata doesn't go. Still 1-2. Little doing an outstanding job staying alive against Pham. See what he does here. Throwing over to first. Just gets back as Nagata. Looked like Pham caught him sleeping just a little bit, but Nagata able to get back in there.
Exactly what you can't do out there is sleep.
Fastball. Caught looking is Little. That'll be the first out of the inning. Great pitch from Pham. Looked like Little didn't expect that fastball. That'll bring up 3-hitter for the Prune Packers. Left fielder Jamey Smart.
He's hitting .314 on the season. So another very good hitter up there. Very capable of driving in a run. As
ball gets away from Page over there at first. Nagata on his way to second. On his way to third. Throwing over to third from Page. Not in time. Standing up is Nagata. And that'll be an error on Pham from the throw.
It's perfectly okay to check on the runner to keep throwing over, if that's what you're comfortable with and it doesn't mess you up, that's perfectly fine. But you can't let him get to you and then make a costly error. If he went to second, it's an error, still bad, but he advanced all the way to third now. He's 90 feet away from home, 90 feet away from scoring, only 1 out. This easily could have been avoided.
This fan throws a fastball in the dirt. 1-0.
The ball trickled down the line, so there was nowhere Nagata can go.
And you wonder if Page is beating himself over there at first just because of that defensive, I guess you could say, mishap overall yesterday. He might translate that into today's game, which you don't want to do.
And that's how baseball players work. You try to forget about it, but at the end of the day, an error stays with you as a ball is low. But for Page, he didn't really have a great game defensively. He made, I believe it was 2 air mails to first, which cost, I think, like 3 runs or something like that. And now he made another error that could, hopefully not for the Rock Hounds, cost them a run. So he definitely is beating himself up there.
This fam finally finds the plate. 2-1.
But that shows an experience that Page might not have over there at first, because he typically does play third base.
As you see a mound visit already from Coach Stover.
Chris's favorite.
Interesting call, to say the least.
You talk about building up your pitcher's confidence and things like that, but from what I believe, what I think, that doesn't bring my confidence up. It's the first inning where 1, 2, 3 batters in and already a pitching conference on the mound.
If I was Fam up there on the mound, I'd be extremely frustrated. The fact that my manager's coming out with 1 out in the top of the first. I haven't gotten anything, going, no rhythm or anything like that. And the fact that he wants to try to set the tone in his way would kind of tick me off.
Now, hopefully they were going over signs or something like that, so it's nothing to that extent,
Smart steps in the 2-1. Ground ball over to second. Margiotta fields it cleanly. Overthrows Page at first. That'll be an error. Smart moves on over to second. And Nagata able to get in on that error.
Back-to-back errors is never good, especially when it costs you a run. But an error on Margiotta like that, typically he's a great defender and, offensive player as well. But defensively right now, he's such a great player. He takes his time. He never rushes anything. But on this particular play, he rushed it. Smart was busting down the line. He wasn't giving Margiotta any time to breathe and take it in. But that's still your play. That's still, you just have to slow it down is what I'm trying to say. And Margiotta did not do that.
And it looked like he fielded it and thought that Smart was running a little bit faster than he might have thought. And kind of rushed his throw, and nonetheless overthrew Page over there at first. As number 4 hitter David Toughlin steps in, fouls it back right side, 0-1.
Did you score that at E4?
I scored at E4 on the throw.
There you go.
And an RBI to Smart. Fam sets. The pitch. Curveball. Grounded up the middle. That'll get by Sandri. Throw from Foscalina in the outfield. We have a play. Standing up is Jamey Smart. That'll make the Prune Packers lead 2-0.
On that play with Foscalina throwing it all the way home and hitting Zach at
Ryder Kuhns.
It wasn't really a smart play. I would have thrown just to Sandri at second and prayed that, Toughlin didn't advance. What I'm trying to get at is basically it was a smart play at the end of it was a good play at the end of the day, but it could have turned bad. Foscalina should have just hit second, didn't try to attempt to get the runner. He obviously scored standing up, so thankfully that didn't end up biting them in the butt and have a runner in scoring position.
As Toughlin got that hanging curveball from Fam, able to drive it right back up the middle for a nice RBI single. As Kuhns drives that into right center, that'll fall down for a base hit. Rounding second is Toughlin. Kuhns stays put at first, so now a first and third situation. Still 1 out.
DH is 4.
Fam's first start was against the Prune Packers a few weeks ago in June, and it was exactly like this. It was a troublesome first inning. He could not settle in, and the Prune Packers, They're not waiting for him to settle in. They're not giving him any time to breathe at all.
Fam looking to get a double play ball to end the inning, limit the damage to 2 runs. See what he can do here. Curveball, just low. Fastball just misses. 2-0.
Nick Oar hitting 236 on the season. You know, a jump down from like the 300 hitters, but with this lineup, any of them can just hit the ball hard and hit it where they're not.
As Fam finds the strike zone. 2-1. Defensive alignment for the Rock Hounds. We have St. Martin in left, Foscalina in center, Smith in right. Left to right, we have Webster, Sandri, Margiotta, and Page over there at first. As Orr fouls that back to even it up at 2-2. Behind the plate is Bartelme, and on the mound is Alexander Pham. The 2-2. Curveball in the dirt. Excuse me. Changeup, it looked like. So I'll bring it a full count. Do you think Kuhns takes off here on the 3-2?
I think he does, to try to get the runner at third to score at the, but he doesn't.
As Orr swings and misses on the fastball near his chest. So Pham able to put Orr down. That'll make it 2 outs with Landon Etzel.
Every time you ask me if they're going to go, what pitch it is, it's always a complete 180.
I apologize, Soad.
I'll say next time I think he goes, but I don't think he goes. How about that?
It's curveball at Etzel's feet. Pham sets the 1-0. Ooh, it looked like he took a lot off on that changeup. It looked like swing and miss from Etzel to even up the count of 1-1.
Definitely confused Etzel on that one.
That looked like his changeup, but he looked like he took even more off of it.
Yeah.
He does it again in the dirt this time. 2-1.
It's that mindset that Etzel had where it was yes, 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 and then as he's swinging, nope, I shouldn't have gone, and then it was a half full swing kind of thing. Definitely a swing you don't want to replay ever again.
His fastball just misses on the lower part of the zone. Hitters count here for Etzel, sitting at a 3-1.
What do you
Can
think?
look for his pitch only.
What do you think Pham's going to throw?
Ideally, I'd want to see breaking stuff here, but he throws a fastball there to bring it back to full count. That'll send Kuhns on the 3-2 over there at first. See if Pham can limit the damage to 2. The 3-2. Changeup in the dirt. That'll load the bases. Interesting pitch call right there from Pham. Looks like he went to the changeup, and Etzel just easy take.
Probably tried to deke him the way he did in the first changeup that he took a lot off, but didn't work this time.
His number 8 hitter, Koelzer, will be looking to add to the Prune Packers lead and extend the inning against Pham. Curveball in the dirt. Bartelme able to stop in front of him.
As you saw in the graphic, he stands 5'11", even 200. So that's power numbers right there.
That's a big boy, especially at that height. You know, under 6 foot and you're 200 pounds. That's pretty good. Pham throws it in the dirt. 2-0.
You know, the Rock Hounds, they're riddled with with errors, and it's something that Coach Dover is trying to get them to just calm down on, limit the errors if there are any, that is, and it's just not looking like they're doing anything really in the first inning.
Fam throws in the fastball, brings it to 2-1. And go back to the errors, I mean, Margiotta was able to make that play over there at first. Fam would be out of this inning with just 1 run against him. As Koelzer drives that into center, Foscalina makes the catch, finds room in front of the warning track, and that'll end the inning. Rock Hounds looking to even it up, 2-2. We have Foscalina, Homza, and Smith in the bottom half.
This is Alex Pham. Thanks for watching the Solana College Sports Network.
Pham? Good. All right, you're all done.
Welcome back as center fielder Dominic Foscalina leads it off for the Rock Hounds. On the mound for the Prune Packers, as we said earlier, is lefty Seamus Lyons. He does a first pitch fastball, finds the zone, 0-1. Foscalina out of the University of Utah, 6'4", 175. He takes a fastball low in the zone to even up the count.
I feel we talk about height so casually when we say, oh, he's 6'4", he's 6'2". That's really tall. Like
6'4".
these guys are tall.
Foscalina grounds it left side, but foul.
We have 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", and we have Vinnie standing at 5'8". It's just these guys are tall, and they're built too. Like we got like 200, 210. I don't know how much Finley and Smith are. We'll find out during the at-bats with the graphic, but these guys are tall.
As Foscalina swings and misses on the changeup from Lyons.
Now batting DH, Willy Homza.
As DH Willy Homza steps up. Foscalina was out in front of that changeup from Lyons. Great pitch. Switch hitter Homza batting from the right side today.
I love the switch hitting part of him. Love a player that's so versatile like that. He DHs, he plays the infield. I'm sure you could throw him in the outfield. He'll do whatever you need him to. Just something you look for in a player.
He swings and misses on the inside fastball, 1-1.
And he's hitting 373 on the season too, so not too shabby that way either.
He just looks like one of those hitters that's always comfortable up there at the plate. So he knobs it off the end of the bat. Lyons fields it on over to first to Kuhns for the second out.
The way that he wears his uniform too, the tight pants, loose top, and the batting gloves, the hair in the back of the helmet, he just looks like a baseball player.
Has that swagger, indeed. As power lefty for the Rock Hounds, and Max Smith is up to the plate. 5 home runs and 19 RBIs, the 19 leading the team so far this summer. One and one on that fastball from Lyons. Have the lefty-lefty matchup. Should be interesting.
I was just going to say that. Usually the advantage goes to the pitcher, but Smith working the count now 2-1, so obviously laying off the stuff that Lyons has.
As Smith drives it up the middle for a base hit to extend the inning. Great job just putting his head down, staying with the ball, and driving that right back up the middle for a nice base hit.
It's easy for a hitter seeing the lefty-lefty matchup. You're prone to just psych yourself out that way. Oh man, it's a lefty. Let's see, but St. Martin's not like that. He's just an aggressive hitter all around. Or not, excuse me, not St. Martin. Smith. Well, St. Martin as well, but Smith right now he didn't let that get to him. Shows us the type of hitter he is.
As power righty for the Rock Hounds, and Grant St. Martin steps in, as you saw, 6'4", 245. Just a big guy. Lyons has to be careful as St. Martin just gets the piece off the hands. Fouled it back, 1-1.
It's funny because right now we're seeing him swing. He's such a violent, vicious swing. His follow through, almost hitting the umpire, just all around violent. But when he pitches, which he does, it's the most casual thing you will ever see. He literally grabs the ball and just throws it.
As he fouls it, first base side, just out of play, right above the Prune Packers dugout.
Right next to our cameraman. I'll tell you, if I were there right now, I wouldn't be. I'd be hitting the deck.
I'd be scared. And talking about St. Martin's pitching, he pitched against, I believe it was the Auburn Wildcats, and he clocked in at 92 as he swings and misses on the changeup from Lyons. On the drop, third strike, is Koelzer making the play on over to Kuhns to end the inning. Rock Hounds, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. As that'll have Martinez, Nagata, and Little for the top half of the second for the Prune Packers.
Hi, I'm Scott Stover, General Manager of the Rockville Rock Hounds, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
As Esteban Martinez for the Prune Packers, number 9 hitter, leads it off in the top of the second.
You saw that beautiful view of our center field.
His Fam throws a fastball out of the zone. Fam looking to have a bounce back inning here for the Rock Hounds. Does a changeup in the dirt, gets away from Bartelme. 2-0.
You know, everything that happened in the first inning, it's good for the Rock Hounds that they only let 2 runs score. It could have been much more after the errant throw by Fam, then the errant throw, the errant throw by Margiotta. So thankfully it is only 2-0, and Fam looks to just keep it that way.
That's Fam having trouble to find the strike zone so far this inning. 3-0 to Martinez. Finds it. 3-1.
Pitchers are so weird. I've seen where they could not find the strike zone. They just could not find it, so they asked for a different ball. I think it was Dave Rigetti back in the...
As Martinez plops that into right field, right in front of Smith for a leadoff single. As you were saying, Soad.
Dave Rigetti back in the 70s. I'm not sure if he was with the Giants at the time or Padres. He asked the umpire for like 7 new balls because the first 2 weren't good enough, and then the umpire was getting mad, so to like piss him off more, he was just like, another one. But besides that part, pitchers are just weird because he didn't like how it felt with his hand. He didn't even throw it. Nope, another one. It's just crazy how it's just one little feel can change everything. Can change the type of the pitch, where it's located.
You have to be comfortable up there on the mound. 0-1 on the fastball to Nagata.
That's why I always thought it was weird when they throw the ball around the horn and then they throw it back to the pitcher, because you'd assume that since it's been a little scuffed by the glove.
Nagata drops that down for a bunt. Bartelme picks it up in foul territory, brings it to 0-2. Good idea from Nagata.
Yeah. Didn't have Webster or Page at third and first breaking at all. Now you'd assume that they have that in their mindset. Even with 2 strikes, still, you can't expect anything.
Nagata steps in. Bartelme gives the sign to Fam. The pitch. Drilled on over to right field. Just foul down the right field line. That was a close call right there. Umpire, right in front of it though, made the right call.
Took the umpire a little longer than Daniel Page there at first. As soon as the ball was hit, you just see him pointing foul. I don't know if he actually knew it went foul or he's just like, foul, just listen to me.
Well, of course, as a defender, you always, even if it's in fair territory, you just want to,
fair.
You try to push it.
You know what's my favorite thing? I don't see it typically in college or high school, but in the majors when a guy hits a pop-up and then the pitcher points up, but sometimes like they hit it, the pitcher points up like, oh, pop-up, but it's like a home run, like second deck. It's the funniest thing, but it's habits. Like I'm sure with Page, it was habit to him just point foul.
I mean, when I used to pitch, every time, I never had it to where, someone hit it off me and I pointed up and the ball ended up being a home run. But yeah, everything, up in the air, I'd usually point up. I mean, it's just a habit, even though, the defender's not going to look at you and be like, okay, you pointed this way. It's going to be there. But you just point up, just to let you know, the infielders and outfielders, the ball's up in the air.
My other favorite thing is when an outfielder sets like he's gonna catch it, but it's again in the second deck. Like, are you trying to make him run slower? Like, he's still a home run trot.
As Nagata drives that into center field, under it is Foscalina, battling the sun, able to make the play. Martinez heads back to first, 1 out.
I mean, luckily there, Foscalina was under it and actually made the catch. It's just the funniest thing. I seen it happen. I want to say Max Kepler of the Twins did it. I guess something like that. He just set his feet and put the glove in like he was going to catch it. It was the second deck. But it's just, are you trying to make him run slower? Like, you wouldn't.
I think sometimes it could be as a joke.
No, yeah, I think it was a joke, but it was funny.
As Little drives that into right field. Smith battling the sun, able to make the play. Looked like he found it last second out there, as Martinez thought he lost it due to his body
Left fielder, Jamey
expressions. Nonetheless, 2 outs as Bartelme goes to the mound to have a talk with fam.
Did you see, to keep this trend going of funny things I've seen in baseball, Steven Souza Jr. of the Rays? Sorry, it's so funny. The ball was completely past him, but he still dove. It was like 30 feet past him, and he still dove and pretended to like catch it. And Kevin Kiermaier, center field, was just dying. Chris Archer wasn't laughing because he was pitching, and he really thought he was going to catch it. But it's just it's things like that that make baseball fun. You know, you see these grown men getting paid millions of dollars, but they're still having fun. Like these kids up here, they're just trying to have fun. Like they're playing the sport that they love and having fun doing so. You can't do something you like without having fun, you know? That's why they call it a career, not a job.
There you go, Soad. This fam misses on the changeup right there. 1-1. Fam sets. Changeup in the dirt again. So you see Page and Martinez over there at first.
You think he's talking to him to keep him closer? Keep him off his game?
Maybe having a little combo. Joking with them.
Hey, don't go, okay?
Swing and a miss from Smart. That'll even up the count.
I always wanted to see firsthand first baseman talking to the runner and then him getting picked off because he was caught sleeping on the bases. And I've never heard it, obviously, but do catchers really talk to the hitters?
Yes, a lot, actually, believe it or not.
I can't tell, especially because they have the mask when I'm watching it on TV, or even right now when their backs are to me. I can't tell.
You can't tell, obviously, through the mask.
Yeah.
But
they do.
Yes, they do, definitely. I mean, whenever that's asked, as far as, like, you know, if you watch MLB Network or, you know, ESPN, Sports Center, whenever that's brought up, they always say, you know, the catcher's always having to talk, whether they know them or they don't.
Is it the trash talk kind of, oh, heater's coming, don't worry about it? Or is it, hey, how you doing?
Anything, honestly. I've heard everything and anything.
Do you ignore them? You personally?
I would ignore them, yes.
That's no fun. He's
The
being
3-2
nice.
from Fam. Page knocks off his glove as the defensive miscues keep happening over there.
Again, it just shows the inexperience of Page playing first base. He put the glove down just not quick enough right underneath his glove and goes right to Smith in right field. It's plays like that put your pitcher under more pressure and then continues the inning and continues the stress for him. And for yourself. Now you have an error under your belt. So you have 3 errors so far in the game. It's just we're in the top of the second inning.
And as you said earlier, and pretty much I've said all season, the defense is what really has killed the Rock Hounds.
And it's the narrative for the Rock Hounds thus far. It's the errors that eat them up, whether it's the miscues in the outfield, drop balls, whether it's on the corners with balls getting past them, hitting off the glove, or a catcher overthrowing, or pitcher, you know what I mean? It's not just, we're not picking on Daniel Page. We're not saying anything about him. It's collectively as a team. And it's shown today especially.
Toughen swings and misses on the changeup to bring it to 0-2. Fam looking to escape this inning. That again, an error has extended it.
But not to knock Page, because he's a great defender. It's just these last 2 games have not gone his way. But I'm sure Silver would put him on first or third any other day, given the errors today. Page has proved himself. It's just these last 2 days.
Toughlin swings and misses on the changeup in the dirt. Drop third, so Bartelme throws it on over to Page to end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error. As we have the Rock Hounds in the bottom half, Webster, Sandri, and Margiotta Welcome back as third baseman Garlind Webster leads it off with the Rock Hounds. Takes a first pitch strike in there. Webster having a conversation with the umpire. Maybe asking where that was. The 0-1 from Lions is a ball in the dirt. 1-1.
What I've noticed with Webster when doing these games is he's not afraid of saying what's on his mind, but he says it in a respectful way. He doesn't say it in a disrespectful way at all, but if he thinks the ball's low, he's going to ask. And he doesn't care if it's the first pitch of his first at-bat or it's the last at-bat and they're down by 50. He'll still ask, which you got to respect. You got to respect that when it comes to a hitter. Not backing down.
He takes a fastball up to put himself in a comfortable 3-1. The 3-1 from Lions. Fouled back from Webster. 3-2. The 3-2. Webster draws a walk on the fastball in the dirt. Great eye, great discipline.
Now batting shortstop, Kevin Sandri.
Webster did just a great job of not swinging on garbage pitches, and just you got to start the rally some way. And he walked, and now his on base is going up. You got to appreciate a walk.
Walks is just as good as a hit. As shortstop Kevin Sandri steps in.
When I look at stats, whether it's right now when I'm looking for the Prune Packers or the Rock Hounds or Major League, I look at average, on base, and sometimes home runs. I don't really care about the home runs. That doesn't mean you're a good player. That just means you have pop. Congrats. But I look at batting average. If they're hitting over 280, 270 in the majors specifically, I think you're a good player. 280, 290 in my opinion. That's like my kind of player. And you're on base. That's what I look for a guy. In for a guy.
Sandri brings it to 3-0.
We called him Dansby Swanson for so long, and he just had to disrespect us and cut his hair.
It doesn't even look like him anymore. We can't even use that player comp.
Is that even Kevin Sandri that walked, or was it just number 12?
As number 12 draws the walk, and Sandri. That'll bring it first and second with Vinnie Margiotta coming up to the plate. Margiotta got some pitching time yesterday against the Puff Caps.
He got the filthy knuckle, too.
Changed up his arm angles, his pitching wind-up, and just everything was going for him.
He had the error in the first inning, which cost the run at the end of the inning since the runner advanced to third and eventually scored. So right now he looks to redeem himself with the runner in scoring position.
As he takes a first pitch strike in there. First and second, in my opinion, I'd like to see a bunt from Margiotta, maybe a drag bunt, to see if we can get something going.
He has the speed to pull it off.
The 0-1. Grounded the shortstop. Little. On over to Martinez in Kuhns.
That was.
And it looks like Sandri's over there at second, making sure he was out. And he was. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Margiotta.
That was just a great play by Grant Little over there at shortstop. That nasty hop, just jumped with it. Took his time, didn't overthrow anything. A little sidearm to Martinez, to Kuhns, and got the out. I couldn't get the double play as Vinny is just far too fast for that, but just great play overall for Little.
As Page drives that into left center. Under it is Smart, makes the catch. Webster tagging up, and that'll put the Rock Hounds on the board.
Do you see what I saw after he pointed to the air?
I did see that.
I love it. It's just, I love when pitchers point to the air, and I love after a strikeout, they do a little walk around the mound. I just love it.
Catcher, Zach Bartelme.
Number 9 hitter. And behind the dish today for the Rock Hounds, Zach Bartelme. He's looking to extend the inning for the Rock Hounds.
I mean, you're only down by 2. I know the inning was so long for Fam, and actually the first 2 innings have been long for Fam, although he only gave up the runs in the first. But again, you're only down by 2, and now you're only down by 1. So great job for the Rock Hounds to just take a deep breath, relax, and just take the free base, and then the sack fly, and then look what, you're down by 1 now.
Slowly but surely chip away. As Bartelme fouls it back, brings it to 0-2. Margiotta with an aggressive lead over there at first. As Bartelme just gets a piece of it off the end of his bat, stays alive. Lions working quickly. Back up on the mound. The 0-2. Bartelme pops it up in front of the Prune Packers dugout. Has room as Kuhns unable to make the play. Looks like he lost it in the sun. Might have got scared of that railing over there in the dugout too.
I was going to say, it looked like he just saw his teammates getting closer and closer and then just didn't want to run into them and kill them. And it also looked like Clay, the catcher, stumbled a little bit, and then because of that stumble, he fell back a little too long,
Just a lot of moving parts in his peripheral vision. So Bartelme gets second life. So Margiotta goes. Ground ball, left side. The steal does work, and Margiotta moves on over to third. In there. How about that?
That was a risky play by Vinnie. I know he has speed, but you have to be 100% sure you're going to be there safely, and thankfully he was, and did not make the third out at third, which is a sin in baseball.
Never make the first or third out at third, but Margiotta makes on over to third from being put in motion. Looks like Little was covering the bag, and great piece of hitting right there from Bartelme to hit it in between the 5-6 hole, where Little would have been, and able to extend the inning. As Foscalina takes a fastball in the dirt. Koelzer able to keep it in front of him.
Now it creates pressure for the pitcher. Now he has to work harder that there's a runner on third. Yeah, there's 2 outs, but nonetheless there's a runner on third, and leadoff hitter now is up at the plate.
Foscalina fouls it back. A fastball at the letters.
Foscalina hitting .289 on the season. So more than capable and getting a base knock right here.
The 1-1. Foscalina swings and misses on the fastball low and in.
Excuse me, he's actually hitting .286. I read Sandri's batting average. But still, he's hitting over .280, guys.
Still really good. Foscalina drives it back up the middle. Able to make the play is Martinez. Steps on the back to end the inning. Rock Hounds able to capitalize on the couple walks from Lions. Prune Packers, Kuhns or Etzel leading off in the top of the third. Welcome back as first baseman Ryder Kuhns steps in for his second at-bat of the day. Singled his first time up. As he flies it into right field. Page over there. Margiotta over there. Able to get down. Smith gets the ball in there. And Sandri to keep Kuhns to a single.
That was a great hustle on everyone's end, but a little shout out to Smith for throwing that in quickly to Sandri at second, so Kuhns couldn't advance.
Great hustle of Margiotta too. He came out of nowhere as he had the most distance to cover in that short amount of time and got over there faster than Page did and made it a close play.
You know, hashtag speed kills. Margiotta showing it.
I like that hashtag, Soad.
Thanks. I'm just trying to keep it youthful for my peeps.
It's Mitch Orr is up. Takes a first pitch low in the zone on the fastball. Struck out his first time up. Fam steps off. Maybe got a little crossed up with Bartelme. A little confusion. As he sets the pitch. Curveball in there. 1-1.
Would you rather play baseball in the heat or in the cold?
Heat, without a doubt. This fan finds the curveball in there again to get ahead 1-2.
Would you rather it be 55 degrees or 99 degrees?
99. What? The worst thing for me playing was getting up there to the plate as Orr stays alive right there on the changeup. Worst thing for me as a hitter was fouling something off in on the hands, on the fist, and my hands just being entirely just numb after it. I hated it. I hate the cold. I'd rather deal with the heat.
In general, you hate the cold?
In general. No matter what it is. As Fam strikes out Orr on the changeup in the dirt for the first out of the inning.
I'm the complete opposite. When I played softball, I preferred it to be breezy, like cold. I honestly just liked it cold, and I just love the cold. I'm a fall winter kind of gal. I know I love baseball so much, and it's spring. It's a spring summer ball kind of sport, but I just love the cold.
This is off.
Fam throws a curveball in there. Gets ahead 0-1. Fam sets. In the dirt. 1-1.
Etzel walked in his previous at-bat.
Fastball fouled back from Etzel. Brings it to 1-2. Fam doing a good job in getting ahead of these hitters.
Okay, and since I'm over here, I think I'll take his place, yeah.
The 1-2 from Fam. Looked like a changeup. Got away from him. How about Page last inning too? Able to drive in the Rock Hounds' first run and maybe get a little confidence to translate it over to the defensive side. This fan throws the changeup in the dirt once again. I feel like I've been repeating myself.
You know, about Page, he shouldn't hold his head down. I understand, the 2 errors yesterday, then the error today. Just you never want to make errors just in general, whether it's 1 in 1 year or 3 in 2 days. But Page shouldn't hold his head down. He's a great defender, and his RBI is really important for the team. Now it's instead of 2-0, it's 2-1, and it's early in the game.
As he sits down, Etzel looking on the fastball inside.
Catcher, Clay Koelzer.
That'll bring up Clay Koelzer for the Prune Packers.
He has 2 looking and then 3 swinging on the day.
5 Ks. as he flies on and over to center field. Foscalina backtrack wall, able to make the catch to end the inning. Prune Packers not able to do any damage as Fam gets a solid inning, another bounce back inning. As we have a close game thus far with Fam and Lions with the pitcher's duel.
You know what, though? The first inning, you wouldn't think it'd be a pitcher's duel. You'd think that the Prune Packers would attack quickly, and instead, Fam is doing a great job of shutting him down.
As we have a sideline report with McKenna Guerrero with Coach Stover.
Coach, coming off a loss yesterday, what do you guys plan to change today in order to come out with a victory?
Yesterday was an non-league game, so we played some of the younger guys and just threw, kind of two-way guys. We wanted to focus on the series against Healdsburg. So I just wanted to come out and have a good start to it. We were slow in that first inning, but, it's 2-1 right now, and Alex is kind of settling in. We're having some good at-bats, so I think we're feeling pretty good right now.
Now talk about the Solano Invitational. What can we expect from that event?
It should be exciting. There's 8 teams committed to it right now, so it should go on for 6 days. There's local teams from Fairfield, Vacaville, and then some teams from the Bay Area, one out of state. It should be an exciting tournament to watch with all college players.
Well, thank you so much. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, McKenna.
Stover just...
As we have Homza leading it off for the Rock Hounds.
Stover just doing his best to keep his team upbeat in the dugout. They're...
Keep it positive, keep it upbeat, especially after that tough loss against the Puff Caps yesterday, 19-2.
And they're 18-year-olds. They're kids going against, the 20 to 22-year-olds here.
The amount of prospects is what got me. And the amount of kids going to D1 schools. The level of performance that they displayed in yesterday's game entirely showed on why those kids are going to those schools. I mean, we had Fullerton, Stanford, Long Beach.
Don't sleep. It's 5 Stanford kids.
Amazes me.
And my little brother, Yusuf, he's a big prospect kid. He loves baseball, but he loves the prospect. He loves minor leagues. He loves the international signing, stuff like that. I told him, I was like, hey, this kid, Nick Bruiser? We played him yesterday. We saw him yesterday. He was like, oh, yeah, he won the Arizona title, something.
Home run derby.
Yeah, the home run derby, too. Yep. And he won the Arizona Player of the Year award.
Wow.
So if my little brother knows you, you're big timing.
Homza brings it 2-0. Yeah, just the amount of talent. I mean, it entirely showed. Again, 19-2. Crazy as Homza drives that into center field for a base hit to lead off the inning.
Making lines work out of the stretch now, which they need to just keep him in the stretch.
Yeah, seems like he had a tough time last inning from the stretch. Rock Hounds got him a little frazzled up there on the mound. Looking to do the same here. And perfect timing with the middle of the order coming up.
I was going to mention, how great is it that you have a left-handed power hitter in Smith and then a right-handed power hitter in St. Martin? And you could take Smith out and put Logan Finley there. So the lefty-righty power hitter combination is crazy for the Rock Hounds.
Smith fouls it off of Koelzer's mask. And I mean, with Smith and St. Martin back-to-back, those are the two that have the most home runs for the Rock Hounds. Smith sitting at 5, like I said earlier, and St. Martin sitting at 7. Line sets. Curveball up in the zone.
Remember the home run that Smith hit that went all the way to Canada?
No doubt.
Oh, Lord.
I believe that was against the Crawdads? Walnut Creek Crawdads? As he drives it into center field. High fly ball. Nagata looks like he's under it. Able to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Look, he just missed that one. Looks like he got his fastball and just missed it. As I'll bring up Grant St. Martin. Looking to bounce back from that strikeout his last time around. Trying to use that power to get the Rock Hounds the lead as he takes a fastball in.
When he just does the leg kick when he's about to swing, it just, if I were a pitcher, that'd be just intimidating. Seeing this huge guy with that high leg kick, and when he puts it down, the ball's going to go flying.
He swings and misses. Look like a fastball at his feet. Getting a little too aggressive. As we see the first pickoff attempt from Lions today. Looks like a little, just a check over there on Homza. His B move, as coaches would say.
Lefties do have the best pickoff.
Especially a good lefty who can really sell it. One that brings to my mind immediately from the bigs is Andy Pettit.
Oh, that's a Yankee reference.
Yankee and Astros.
No, we're gonna say Yankees.
Yeah, we're gonna say Yankees though. Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep count.
I am a Yankees fan. Everyone knows this. As St. Martin flies it into center field. Under it is Nagata to make the play.
You know, lefties do have the as Garlind Webster steps up to the plate. Lefties do have the, best pickoff. You know who doesn't? John Lester. That boy cannot.
The amount of stolen bases that he allows every single year is astonishing.
He's literally, I feel bad, but I don't because, you're in the bigs. You have to learn how to freaking do your job. He literally will stare the runner down, throw home, and, watch him steal second. But you're a lefty. You're literally, you see him.
Right in front of you. And I don't know if he has the yips or what, that he can't make a throw over, just a check over to first.
And, Rizzo at first, he's not too shabby there.
Great glove over there at first to Rizzo, yeah. So, Lester should have that confidence that anything thrown over there, Rizzo should knock down at least. Did you see, speaking of the Cubs, did you see Montero got picked up from the Blue Jays?
Yeah.
After being designated for assignment after what he said, as Webster grounds on over to Little. Little takes the easy way over to Martinez to end the inning. For the Prune Packers in the top half of the fourth, Martinez, Nagata, and Little.
Hi, this is Willy Homza, and thank you for watching the Solana College Sports Network.
Welcome back as second baseman Esteban Martinez leads it off.
You have to say it in an accent, please.
I don't want to embarrass myself, so that's not going to happen today, unfortunately.
Well, you guys couldn't see, but I rolled my eyes.
As Fam is ready. Fastball in there. 0-1.
Yeah, Stover mentioned in his interview with McKenna, Fam has done a great job settling down after the rough first two innings, honestly. The first inning giving up the runs, and then the second inning having just the walks and the error. Just a great job by Fam for settling down, attacking the hitters, and making the game his game.
As Pham able to hit the outside corner. Looked like a cutter almost. That last pitch. As Martinez fouls it left side above the Rock Hounds dugout. 1-2.
I'm surprised he didn't say he has a cutter like Mariano Rivera.
Mariano Rivera's cutter is the only cutter in history that... I mean, how could you not agree?
No, I agree. I'm just rolling my eyes because when you...
It just happens to be the Yankees, okay? It just happens to be the Yankees.
When you're talking about pick-off lefties, I was thinking in my head, Kershaw or Bumgarner. Mostly Kershaw. And then you're like...
Kershaw has a... I mean, he has a good move, but I mean, like, off the top of my head, I remember Pettit leading the league majority of his career in pickoff.
You're right.
Pham throws the curveball off the fist of Martinez. Margiotta able to make the play on over to Page for the first out.
Center fielder, Bryce Nagata.
Great redemption from Margiotta.
And Pham, other than the first inning, because of his defense, you know, once again, doing a great job so far. Really had a couple nice back-to-back innings. No damage, and looking to do the same here.
You take the errors out of the first and the second inning, you can only imagine what the score would have been. Well, you can't think like that in baseball, but everyone does at the end of the day. Especially a pitcher, especially Pham, when your defense does what they did in the first two innings, you're just, man, I wonder what that inning would have been if it hadn't happened. But as a team player, you have to put that aside and pick your team up, pick your boys up. Like really? They're picking him up right now too.
Really got to keep your composure up there on the mound. And I know I used to play when I was up pitching and I had, defensive mishaps and everything like that happen, errors. I would keep my cool, stay calm, and just go out and pitch because I knew I was doing my job. It was everyone else around me that wasn't, unfortunately. As Nagata fouls it left side.
And as a position player, I would feel the worst. It would be the worst feeling in the whole world, especially one time when it was a regular routine fly ball and it dropped right next to me. I went in the dugout, I apologized profusely, and I started crying. I felt so bad. Because you don't ever want, well, I'm just a sensitive crybaby, but you never want to make your pitcher look bad up there. You never, especially when it's a routine play. If a ball just eats up on you, sure, things happen. But if it's a routine play, the ball drops right next to you, that just, it's a punch. It's a punch.
Definite punch in the face.
I was thinking gut, but thanks.
It just eats you up mentally. As Nagata fouls the curveball right side, stays alive. It just really eats you alive mentally. And, like you said, you try to overcome that. That was the last play. It's out of your head. But you still think about that. You try to not let it affect your game. But it's still in the back of your head. The 2-2 from Pham. Curveball. Just got a piece as Nagata, but able to hang on is Bartelme for the second out.
Makes that 6 Ks. But Page having that error and then redeeming himself with the RBI. So hopefully now he's settled in, taking a deep breath. And Margiotta making the error, and then the next inning right now, calmly taking his time and gets an out.
As Little fouls first pitch fastball back into the netting. Bartelme gives Pham the sign. 1-1.
If Pham can retire Little right here, it'd be a great bounce back inning for him.
So it's a curveball. Little grounds on over to Webster to third. Webster fields it cleanly on over to Page to end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Fam as he looks like he's getting settled in here for the Rock Hounds. That'll have Sandri, Margiotta, and Page in the bottom half.
This is Max Smith. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back as shortstop Kevin Sandri steps in for the Rock Hounds, looking to even up this ball game. 2-2. So he pops it up over to Kuhns at first. Kuhns having a trouble with the sun, able to make the play though for the first out. Might want to get some sunglasses over there in Kuhns.
Baseman, Vinnie Margiotta.
As second baseman Vinnie Margiotta come up.
You never want a first pitch pop up. You never want a first pitch out. And Sandri not happy with himself. He did walk in his previous at bat, but a quick out here.
And especially a weak hit like that. Maybe if it was, hard hit. But the fact that it was off his hands, an easy play for Kuhns.
That just looked like just a stay alive. I know it was an 0-0 count, but it's kind of just like a swing. It was just a swing, basically. He just wanted to foul it back. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, that's my pitch, I'm going to hit it. It was just a swing, and not lucky for him, pops up.
Right over the head of Lyons. Little makes the play, just gets Margiotta at first. Great play in Little.
Do you know how often we get to see Margiotta do that? Whether it's the one hoppers, the dribblers, anything like that, how he just busts his butt down first base and makes it a close play like that. No disrespect to any other player, but usually on that play they hustle, but with Margiotta's speed, it's a great player all around.
This Page takes a fastball low.
Page had an RBI sac fly in his previous at bat. Great way to redeem himself after that error.
Looking to add to his line of the sacrifice fly, RBI, to extend the inning. As he grounds on over to third, and Tofflin fields it cleanly on over to Kuhns for another 1-2-3 inning for Lions. Responds back to Fam's 1-2-3 as we'll come up in the top half of the fifth. Tofflin, Smart, and Kuhns, middle of the order for the Prune Packers.
Hi, this is Dominic Foscalina. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back as left fielder Jamey Smart leads it off for the Prune Packers. Top of the 5th.
Fam looking to have another 1-2-3 inning here.
Really looks settled in and comfortable on the mound. He throws a curveball, just missed lower part of the zone. Really changing up his speeds and mixing in and out of the play to keep these Prune Packer hitters off balance.
And that's what you need to do.
Smart drives that into center field. Able to make the play is Foscalina for an easy out number 1.
Third baseman, Dave Tofflin.
As third baseman Dave Tofflin will come up for the Prune Packers, looking to add a little bit of insurance here in the middle of the game. Takes a first pitch curveball in there. Strike 1.
1 for 2 with a single and an RBI on the day so far.
So he just gets a piece of the changeup from Pham. Brings it to 0-2.
Pham really looking to just shut it down here so he can have his Rock Hounds bounce up and just hit.
As he just misses on the fastball there. Might be a setup pitch. Could look to that curveball from Pham. Looks to be his go-to pitch of the day. The 1-2. Changeup. Low in the zone. He's really thrown that changeup a lot today. And
if you got it, throw it.
Well, exactly. And seems to be having the feel of it, even though he's been missing a lot with it. As Tofflin swings and misses on the curveball, Bartelme able to handle it on over to Page for the second out. It's been all missing in the lower part of the zone, which you want. You don't want to leave anything up, miss anything up. And the fact that he's kept it low in the zone and mixing in that curveball and that fastball, it's a great combo, great pitching performance from Pham. That's why he's having so much success today. As Ryder Kuhns looking to keep his perfect day with the 2 singles. He takes a first pitch curveball outside. As he gets hit on the elbow from Pham on the changeup. That'll extend the inning.
DH, Nick Oar.
Bartelme goes out to the mound to maybe calm down Pham. Get his confidence back up. Maybe stick with that changeup still. So Orr, DH today for the Prune Packers, looking to extend. Top half of the 5th as he swings and misses on fastball up in the zone.
He got 7 strikeouts on the day for Pham so far, and it's only the 5th inning, and you'd only assume that he's going to continue to pitch throughout the game if it stays like this.
As Orr swings and misses on that changeup from Pham, brings it to 0-2 once again. I feel like he's been doing that all day.
Like you said, he's just keeping them off balance. Exactly what you need to do.
Just missed. Don't know where that missed. Looked like Bartelme hardly moved his glove. But that'll bring it to a 1-2. Could be that setup pitch for a fastball up in the zone. The 1-2, changeup. Low. Pham looking to get out of this inning. No damage. As Orr flies that into center. Foscalina backing up. Able to make the catch to end the inning. That'll bring up for the Rock Hounds Bartelme, Foscalina, and Homza in the bottom half.
This is Mickey Nunez, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network. This is Mickey Nunez, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as catcher Zach Bartelme will lead it off for the Rock Hounds.
Packed house today.
Just a little bit more than we usually see.
Bartelme 1 for 1 so far on the night.
So he drives the first pitch fastball off of Little's glove into center field to lead off the inning with the single.
2 for 2 on the day.
Center fielder, Dominic Foscalina.
So that'll bring up center fielder Foscalina, who stayed busy so far today in center field. A lot of flyouts out there.
Looks like 4 flyouts to just Foscalina. Looks like we do have some action in the Rockham bullpen.
Looks like Ryland Haney maybe just to get him loose. Might not come in next inning as Fam's really gotten into a groove.
You never want to disrupt that one.
Foscalina shows bunt, bunts it down first base side. Fields it is Koelzer on over to Kuhns. So that'll move Bartelme over to second with Foscalina laying down the perfect bunt.
DH, Willy Homza.
As Willy Homza looking to drive in that run and Bartelme from second to tie up this game. Homza fouls it left side. 0-1.
One for 2, just looking to, the runner in scoring position, looking to score him or just at least advance him to third for big guy Smith and St. Martin, hopefully.
Homza drives it right side, right past Kuhns into right field. Bartelme gets the wave around. Here's the play in there. Tied up at 2-2.
Just like that. Game's tied. So the inning with errors, the inning of so many pitches is easily just like that erased. Now 2-2 is just a 0-0 ball game.
Exactly how you look at it. And it looked like it got a piece of Kuhn's glove over there at first. Kind of moves his feet slow and wasn't able to make the play. Etzel over there in right field had to come on in. Still made a decent play. Kept it close. As Smith takes a first pitch fastball at the knees for a strike.
Obviously, it's good to tie the game. So now it's, like I said, 0-0. But it's also good to continue the inning so Fam can have a second to breathe. It's been just a bounce back inning for both the Prune Packers and the Rockville Rock Hounds.
As ball gets away from Koelzer, Homza moves on over to second, standing up. So that'll be a wild pitch for Lions. So now Smith looking to drive in that go-ahead run. And Homza
You got to create these stressful innings for the opposing team. You have to take advantage of the wild pitches, of the walks, of errors, anything like that.
Smith gets a curveball. Looks like it just missed off the inside part of the plate. Hitters count 2-1.
And as you can see, it's just the wind definitely picked up at home plate. The dirt's just flying around. You can tell too when Foscalina bunted, it just dirt just came flying off.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Koelzer able to keep it in front of him from having Homza advance to third. So Smith sits in a comfortable 3-1 with St. Martin on deck. Lions might pitch around Smith here to set up the double play ball, as he's had pretty good success against St. Martin. That'll bring up St. Martin, looking to put the Rock Hounds ahead.
I mean, with the open base, with a powerful hitter, I mean, you got back-to-back powerful hitters, so you just pick and choose who you want to attack, and he chose to attack St. Martin.
As we now have a pitching change for the Prune Packers. Kind of shocked by that.
I'm kind of shocked as well. You know, I would assume they'd keep Lyons in to see him work through the inning and see what he has. He showed that he can get out of the jams thus far into the game. So the pitching change, in my opinion, is a bit shocking.
You would think. You know, he's had really good success today, and the fact that he's had good success against a power righty in St. Martin got him to strike out his first plate appearance, and then got him to fly out. It was a high one off the hands, his second at bat. You think you at least keep him in for there.
That's exactly what I was thinking. You strike him out, and then you get him to chase and fly out to center field. So you'd, as Justin Giovanni is on the mound now, you just, from our standpoint, obviously we would have thought Lyons would have stayed in, but he has 25 innings under his belt thus far with a 2.49 ERA. So you know what? Disregard everything we said, because obviously this is their go-to guy.
Now pitching for the Prune Packers, number 7.
25 innings, a 2.49 ERA. That's amazing.
That's really good.
Usually you see 9 innings, maybe 11 with a 2 ERA. That's pretty good. 25 innings.
I mean, in college ball, ERAs are going to be inflated just because the pitching isn't as strong as the hitting. You know, you don't see a super low ERA until you know, minor leagues or, you know, once you get up to the MLB. But the fact that a collegiate athlete, college athlete, is able to have a 2.49 ERA under his belt in 25 and a third innings, that's pretty darn good.
With 104 batters faced, that's not like 30 batters. That's not 20 batters. 104 batters faced in 25 innings. He has a 2.49 ERA.
And only 7 earned runs against him.
He does have a weak spot. He has 18 Ks to 16 walks. So it's pretty much evened out.
Free slinger, it looks like, in Geo. So that'll bring up Grant St. Martin, power righty for the Rock Hounds, looking to put the Rock Hounds ahead, as he has a tough matchup in Giovanni on the mound. See what Giovanni can do here. First pitch, fastball in the dirt.
In about 41 at-bats, St. Martin has struck out 13 times.
So really aggressive hitter.
To say the least, yeah.
So he takes a fastball outside, hits the corner.
I mean, name a big guy, a big hitter that's not aggressive, honestly. When you have the body like that, you just look like an aggressive hitter, so you got to be one.
Maybe plate discipline not where he wants it, but that's a trade-off. You get his power for free swinging so much.
It reminds me kind of Miguel Sano, free swing. Well, last year that boy was chasing anything and everything. His strikeout to walk ratio was just, it was non-existent, the walks. So it's not uncommon to see big guys swing a lot.
St. Martin swings and misses on the fastball. Looks like he's pulling off, getting too ahead of himself. Looks like he's taking his body entirely out of his swing. I mean, he looks comfortable, but just not finding contact.
With a new pitcher, you have to see the pitches, and he's been swinging frivolously.
As he swings and misses, as Giovanni shuts him down.
It's 2 strikeouts on the day for St. Martin. A cool 0 for 3.
So that'll bring up third baseman Garlind Webster, looking to extend the inning for the Rock Hounds.
Webster had a walk in his first at-bat, came around to score the first run.
Giovanni delivers a fastball low in the zone.
I've noticed with Webster is he's aggressive in his own way, but he's mostly a my pitch kind of guy. He's not going to swing on anything. He's not even going to swing on anything that's even close because it's not his pitch.
Very patient as he flies that into center field. Will drop, and that'll bring Homza in to put the Rock Hounds ahead 3-2.
And just like that, he waited on his pitch, which happened to be the second pitch, drove in a run, so he has an RBI with him, along with the run scored.
Shortstop, Kevin Sandri.
Shows really good plate discipline and patience. That's what you want in a hitter, especially in the middle of the order, looking for his pitch and his pitch only. As he put the Rock Hounds ahead on that, it looked like a changeup from Giovanni. Might have got off the end of his bat too.
And you know what? It's great to hit behind hitters like Smith and St. Martin, because then he's gonna get the pitches that they're not throwing to St. Martin and Smith.
This ball gets away from Koelzer. That'll move Smith to third and Webster to second. 2 runners in scoring position now for the shortstop Kevin Sandri.
And just like that, it's 3-2. Rock Hounds lead the Prune Packers. Very early on in the game, it looked like Pham was not even going to last the 4 innings so far that he's pitched, the 5 innings he's pitched, and now it looks like he has the W under his belt if it continues to go this way.
Yeah, that first inning, I mean, based on the first 3 hitters, he had that walk, he had a strikeout, that error from Margiotta, and then that single from Tofflin, and then another single from Kuhns. So it just looked like it was just a lot going for him, and it was going to be a long day, but it looked like he settled down. Sandri drowns that over to Tofflin to third. Tough play. Able to make the play.
That was just a great play by Tofflin. He had to spin on that one and still came up and threw to Kuhns and made the third out, and just an incredible play by Tofflin.
So that'll sit down the Rock Hounds in the bottom of the 5th, but they do take the lead, leading 3-2. Prune Packers up
This is Garlind
with
Webster, and thank you
Etzel,
for watching
Koelzer,
the
and
Solana College
Martinez,
Sports Network.
bottom of the order. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as right fielder Landon Etzel will lead it off for the Prune Packers, trying to get back into this game as they're down by a run.
We have a new pitcher. Pham is out of the game, shockingly, and we have Kyle Krebs, who has 5 innings under his belt with a 12.71 ERA. 5 strikeouts to just... Oh, excuse me, he has... Yeah, 5 strikeouts to 5 walks, so it's pretty much even.
He's giving up 8 runs in those 5 2/3 innings. Fastball to hit the zone. As Etzel drives that into right field, Smith able to make the play on a nice diving catch. What a great play over with Smith. Got a good jump and able to fight the sun too with it.
Catcher, Clay Koelzer.
As catcher Clay Koelzer will step in. And as you saw from our camera, Etzel looked really frustrated at the fact that the ball didn't drop down for a base hit. And I see him in the dugout, and he's standing behind his players, really ticked off.
When you just square up on a ball like that, you assume it's going to just, if anything, lazy single or, that's the least you're thinking. And then when you hit it that good and it's made for an out, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, definitely. But that just shows the defense for Smith out there.
Shows why he's a D1 athlete playing at the college of UNLV, University of Nevada, Las Vegas. The 2-1 from Krebs. Fouled left side. Just past Webster. Bringing it at 2-2 to even up the count.
Usually see Krebs playing little left field. Yesterday played right and then moved over to first, I believe, and now he's on the mound. Not unusual seeing him pitch. Under the circumstances, I will say it is unusual with Pham having such a great outing thus far, having 7 strikeouts through 5 innings. Had a sketchy, stressful first 2 innings, but definitely settled down. Now he's out of the game.
It really shocked me, especially Pham, like you said, had a tough first inning, but able to get in a groove and just a nice rhythm. 5 straight scoreless innings. 4. And Stover pulled him and put in Krebs. So Koelzer able to stay alive. It's got to be a little against Pham's confidence, the fact that you're pitching well and then you get pulled. As Krebs walks Koelzer here with 1 out.
Usually for the Rock Hounds, that is, when a pitcher is struggling, even if he's struggling, you usually see Stover keep him in there to see if he can work it out and see if he can get through the stressful inning. You don't really see Stover take out a pitcher who's been dealing. Last time I saw a pitcher, that was dealing, he went at least 7 innings, and it's just the 6th. So, there had to be something behind there. We're not bashing Stover at all. He's the manager. We're just here talking baseball, but in our perspective, it doesn't look right.
Maybe there was an injury. Something might have happened. Pham might not have been comfortable. Maybe tweak something. We don't know.
Or Stover's the boss, and he said, you're out, and you're out.
2-0.
Pham, I believe, 5'10"? Stover, 6'7"? Kind of can't argue that.
Towering over everyone.
I know
for the most part.
I know for a fact. I hate doing interviews with him because it makes me feel so teeny. I'm 5'10". I'm pretty tall for, a girl, quote unquote, but 6'7".
2-1 to the number 9 hitter, Esteban Martinez. Krebs looking for a double play ball, ground ball here to get himself out of the inning. As he walked Koelzer, sets, delivers the 2-1. Fastball up at the letters, missed. 3-1.
Martinez is 0 for 2, so he's looking to bust out of that little slump and get on base here. Krebs looking otherwise and to shut it down. Or if anything, get him to ground into a double play.
Martinez swings and misses. A fastball from Krebs. See if the runner in Koelzer gets a motion to get the Prune Packers out of the double play ball if Martinez hits it. Krebs throws on over the page to check on Koelzer. Able to get it back in there. Good idea from Krebs, keeping him close, knowing that he knows he's there. The 3-2 from Krebs. Fastball. Right out of the reach from Margiotta into right field. That'll be a base hit. First and second, we're still with one out.
On that play, Margiotta could have done nothing but jump like he did, so that was just a clean hit by Esteban right there.
That'll bring up center fielder Bryce Nagata for the Prune Packers. Looking to tie this game up with Koelzer in scoring position at second. Bartelme just came back from a little chat with Krebs. Might be just telling him, calm down, do your thing up there. Nagata's popped out, struck out, and has a walk on the day. Krebs looks on over to Koelzer at second. Nagata shows bunt, back pick from Bartelme on over to Page. Martinez able to get back in there. Good idea from Bartelme.
It was a good idea by Nagata too, for the bunt, just not his pitch, so he gets to pull back, and then running back was Martinez.
Never want to bunt a curveball. hardest thing to do. But Krebs able to get ahead on the curveball. Nagata doesn't show this time. Draws a ball in the dirt. Two-0 from Krebs. Nagata pops it up. That'll be an infield fly rule. Webster not able to make the play, but infield fly rule, runners stay put. As Sandri moved on over to third to cover the bag just in case Koelzer got a good jump.
Great heads-up play by Sandri there. Infield fly rule, thankfully for Webster, was called, so out regardless. It took me a while to understand the infield fly rule. I know what happened, I want to say 2011 wild card game, Chipper Jones. It was the Braves versus somebody, and Chipper Jones missed a ball. No, he hit it, and the other team dropped it, and infield stuff happened, and ever since then I've just been so confused about.
Do you know what the infield fly rule is?
But it's just certain situations, I don't know, I don't know if I like it, but I understand, if that makes sense.
I understand it entirely, but I mean, it's first and second, no outs for any viewers that don't know. No outs or one out, bases loaded, no outs or one out. So Krebs throws a curveball in the dirt.
I remember Jose Reyes dropping it on purpose. Like, he literally caught it and then just put his glove upside down and it dropped, hoping to get the double play, but the infield fly was called. But it's just, I understand the play. I understand why it's in place, but I don't like it.
A little hits it right past Webster in third. That'll tie up the game. Koelzer comes around. Martinez coming around. Prune Packers will take the lead. Nagata on his way to third. Sliding in there for a 2 RBI triple to put the Prune Packers up 4-3.
Great piece of hitting by right there.
Left fielder, Jamey Smart.
Just out of the reach, and Webster at third base. They caromed on over to the left field corner. As it looked like St. Martin had a long distance to carry over to the 330 sign. Looked like he might have been shading towards left center. She had a long way to go.
Yeah. I mean, again, St. Martin did everything on that play. He was, like you said, shading a little over. So when that ball was hit right down the line, he did all he can, and that was just hustle and get to the ball quickly. Threw it into Webster, and Webster not happy with himself at third right now as he's like shaking his head. But there's nothing really much he could have done on that play. If he caught it, great. That would have been just a spectacular play. But he didn't, and it didn't really change the fact that it was just a great piece of hitting. It wasn't Webster's fault at all.
Little just happened to hit it down the line. And you don't see that too often, too, as Smart fouls that right over first base coach for the Prune Packers. You don't see a triple down the left field line hardly ever. A clean one,
Yeah.
too.
Usually it might, like you said, it was just St. Martin was just shading a little too far. So in those certain situations, that's when you see the triples.
And St. Martin's not the fastest. We all know that. And it was just Little with great speed. Just everything working together for that 2 RBI triple as Krebs does the changeup outside.
And the fastest guy we have in the outfield is Foscalina, and he's playing center, which usually the fastest guys play center field. Smith has pretty average speed for, a big guy. But, yeah, like you said, St. Martin, not the fastest guy, but did all he can do on that play and just hustled to it.
Smart flies it into left field. Under is St. Martin. Battles the shade to end the inning. Prune Packers able to take the lead 4-3. Rock Hounds coming back in the bottom half of the 6th. We'll be back.
Hi, this is Kyle Krebs. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back as Vinnie Margiotta, second baseman for the Rock Hounds, leads off the bottom half of the 6th.
Vinny looking to do what he usually does, and that is just put his speed into play and get on base, so then Page can bring him over or bring him in.
Margiotta, a good hitter to lead off an inning just because of his speed, his contact, just the pressure he puts on the defense as he grounds it on over to Little at short, fields it cleanly, on over to Kuhns for the first out of the inning.
First baseman, Daniel Page.
So that'll bring up first baseman Daniel Page. Had that RBI sac fly in the 2nd. Then grounded on to 3rd, 2nd time around. He swings and misses on the first pitch fastball.
Seeing a lot of these healthy rips from the Rock Hounds, especially with the new pitcher Giovanni in.
Curveball gets away from Koelzer.
They had such luck with Lions when he was in the game, so it's for them, it throws off their momentum with a new pitcher. So now they have to get used to this new guy, his new stuff, his new everything.
As Page hits it off the end of the bat, blooped on over into right field for a nice base hit.
And it's righty. Lyons being a lefty, so it's just new everything. But Page not phased as he singled.
Catcher, Zach Bartelme.
Page not phased. Did I just drop that?
Wow. That's all I can say to that one.
Thank you. Take that as a compliment. Wow, I really like that. I'm going to tell him after the game. Page, you're not phased.
Bartelme takes the first pitch fastball in there. Bartelme 2 for 2 on the day. 2 singles and a run scored. Coming back in the last inning in the 5th. As the Rock Hounds took the lead, but the Prune Packers answered back with a 2 RBI triple from Little, the Prune Packers. Bartelme just one of those guys that I've seen so far this summer as he grounds a ground ball to Little, on over to Martinez, over to Kuhns for the inning-ending double play. That'll be scored 6-4-3 to end the inning. Top half of the 7th, we go. Toughlin, Kuhns, and Orr leading it off.
This is Grant St. Martin. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back as third baseman Dane Toughlin looks to add to the Prune Packers lead. Get a little bit of insurance. As Kyle Krebs still up on the mound for the Rock Hounds.
Yeah, it's 4-3. Packers leading the Rock Hounds. 7th inning, so Rock Hounds running out of innings, and Krebs looks here to shut it down.
Is Krebs able to get the first pitch curveball in there for a strike?
I mean, Krebs had the first batter, made him fly out. Then the next one in the inning prior walked him, which ended up, scoring, and along with Esteban, who singled. But it's just, again, it's the free passes that come around and bite whomever it is in the butt, whether it's the Rock Hounds or the Packers.
Toughlin just gets a piece of the curveball. It's
like
a hit off of Bartelme.
I will say this, though. Toughlin is my new fave player because he has batting gloves on his hands, and then he has a set of batting gloves in his back pocket. So you know what? That just shows me that he's prepared for anything.
Looks like his old beat-up pair in his back pocket, and then looks like he has some brand new ones.
Maybe for good luck or something.
Wearing it now. As Bartelme still shaking up here.
giving him a little shout out though. He is 2 for 3 with 2 singles.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, I don't think I finished my sentence. Bartelme just one of those guys that always hits the ball hard in play, makes solid contact.
And yeah, exactly. He makes solid contact. He hits it hard, but in his last at bat, he just hit it into a 6-4-3 double play.
As Stover checking up on Bartelme, seeing what's wrong with him.
I feel like Stover's comforting words are, "Hey, you good? Yeah, I'm good. All right, well, can you wrap it up?" He doesn't look like the kind of teddy bear. He is a very, very nice guy, though, but it's just the height that just doesn't allude to him being nice.
And I'm sure he's not, asking him how he's doing.
Yeah,
He's probably just telling him, get up. You're slowing down the game.
Or just teasing Stover. He's a great guy. Love doing interviews with him. Actually, every time I interview him, you know what he says? "You have good questions this time?" Dang, Stover, there's only...
He wants to be challenged, tested.
There's only so much questions that I can come up with. It looks like...
Bartelme's coming out of the game.
Wow. Where to hit him again?
I do not know. Might have hit him in the groin area.
Oh.
As we have replacement catcher Brant Frazier coming in the game. Probably going to get a few pitches to see how it is. And as we said earlier in the game, watching Solano.
You can watch the Solano College Sports Network on Facebook. You also go on our YouTube, youtube.com/user/whatever that word is. You guys can read that. And Twitter is Solano SCSN Sports. Snapchat SCSN Sports. Instagram SCSN Sports. And you can also watch us on channel 28, Fairfield Cable.
Number 10, Brant Frazier.
For Brant, it's great for him to come in the game, but under the circumstances, it sucks for him as a teammate, as a person, that your guy gets hurt, so that's why you come in. It wasn't like, "Oh, you know what, kid, you earned it." It's kind of like, "Shoot, my guy's down."
As Tofflin drives it into right field, Smith battling the sun, able to make the play for the first out of the 7th.
So great recovery for Krebs, who had that, long intermission right there.
Ryder Kuhns.
Ryder Kuhns steps in. 2 for 2 on the day. 2 singles, and he got hit his last time up as he grounds it up the middle. Sandri fields it, able to make the play on the run for out number 2.
My goodness, Sandri. That is why I know we shouldn't. I'm not trying to compare him to big leaguers. That's a lot of pressure on him. Nothing like that. But just the style, the movement is just Dansby Swanson. Just the way he carries himself. I know he cut his hair so he doesn't have the looks anymore. But that was just a great play by him, getting to the ball, gloving it, and then that little hop he did. It was beautiful.
Silky smooth, to say the least. As Krebs looking to get a 1-2-3 inning. Sit down or the DH for the Prune Packers. It's a curveball low in the dirt.
Oh for 3, looking to get it going right here. Has 2 Ks on the day. Does not want the sombrero.
Two and 0. And how about Krebs, able to play the outfield, play a little first base, and able to pitch and have some dominance as Orr fouls that.
Again, it's just the utility of versatile guys that every team needs, whether it's just 1 guy, 2 guys, 3 guys. It's players like Krebs. Coach says you're playing first today, but, 3 innings later you're playing right. 4 innings later you're pitching. So you need that guy that has that mindset of whatever coach needs, I got. And that's what Krebs has. So props to him over there.
He started the game yesterday in right field, and he had a misplay out there and ended up switching him over to first was Stover as Orr grounds it on over. Webster slides, makes the play for a nice inning-ending ground out. How about that?
That was beautiful by Webster over there. Had a little style at the end. Just he could play the hot corner really well, that guy.
So that'll bring the Rock Hounds in the bottom of the 7th.
I'm Kevin Sandri, and thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back as leadoff hitter Dominic Foscalina looking to tie up this game in the bottom half of the 7th. Looking to get something started for the Rock Hounds.
Leadoff hitter leading off in this particular inning. 0 for 3 with a strikeout, though, so trying to change it up right now and get on base.
Takes a fastball out of the zone. The 1-0. Foul left side. 1-1.
You know, to go back in the inning before in the top half to end the inning, Webster's amazing play, and it was right after Sandri's amazing play. So to get the second and third out on those amazing plays by Sandri at short and then Webster at third, just, you know, boosts the confidence for the Rock Hounds, and it honestly travels back to the bats, you know, the great defense. So hopefully we can see that.
Maybe a little spark from the defense on the offensive side as Giovanni saves his head from that liner from Foscalina. Stuck his glove up and said, "Happy birthday." Wow. That could have been ugly.
You hear everyone gasping because that was a straight liner to the face, but with his quick reflexes just got it in front of his face and thankfully did not touch him anyway besides the glove. And oh my God, I can't get over pitchers. You have to, you're not that far away from the hitter, okay? You're not that far away.
60 feet 6 inches.
That's nothing.
That really is nothing.
Do you see how quickly the ball came off Foscalina's bat and went right to Giovanni? Anything can happen, and we've seen too many times in the big leagues where it hits you in the head. And thankfully, knock on wood, that Giovanni's okay.
Homza fouls the 2-0 fastball back into the netting. 2-1. And who said pitchers aren't athletic? I mean, that takes athletic ability to have that fast reaction time. Like, having, you know, not anyone could just be put out there and just make that catch. Majority of the time, someone's going to get hit.
I'm sick of the narrative of pitchers aren't being athletes just because they stand on the mound and they quote-unquote throw a ball. But you go out there and you pitch 5 to 6 innings, 7 innings, 9 innings, or even like 2 innings, you get tired. So I don't like that pitchers aren't athletes, especially when you see like bigger guys, you know what I mean? Like the Bartolo Colon kind of guys. He's still an athlete. I mean, not the fastest cat in the world, but.
Homza draws the walk against Giovanni. Smith coming up. I believe Colon just got designated for assignment from the Braves, sadly.
Maybe your Yankees could pick him up. You guys need some pitching help.
I mean, he's been good. But this year I saw his stats. I think he has like an 8-something ERA.
That's what
Something
you get
ridiculous.
when you leave the team that gave you. I mean, the Mets didn't really give him his shot. You know, he's been in the league for a minute, but the Mets carried him. Mets fans carried him, and then he decided to leave. So. Looks like a little miscommunication. Maybe he thought pitching change was going to happen. So, I believe that's number.
It looks like number 44, Edward O'Bannon the third. Thought he was coming in, getting the call from the bullpen.
Had to moonwalk back.
However, didn't. And Giovanni's still up there on the mound.
I do.
That was pretty funny.
I'm looking at him right now. He's on the field. Like, he's ready.
He's ready to go.
Yeah. Like his glove, too. I like the poppy. I love the bright color gloves. Especially his, I don't know what to call it. It's like an orange.
It's like an orange tan.
Yeah, orange
It's like
tan.
bright, though. Fluorescent.
I like it. Reminds me of a little Jose Fernandez with the bright orange. Obviously, the Prune Packers have faith in Giovanni.
As Smith grabs it onto to Giovanni. On over to Little. To Kuhns for an inning-ending double play.
And that's why they kept him in the game, because they had the faith that he can do that, and he did. And it was like what you say all the time, great baseball IQ. To turn around and just throw it there.
Giovanni pumped up after setting the Rock Hounds down. 1-2-3. In the top of the 8th for the Prune Packers, Etzel, Koelzer, and Martinez.
The Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back as right fielder Landon Etzel will step on in for the Prune Packers. 0 for 2 on the day. Had a walk, strikeout looking, and a fly out to right. So Krebs gets on the fastball. 0-1.
And Krebs' pitching mechanics are just very simple. He has a glove to his face, but just the way he throws is literally just you just cock back and you just throw. Nothing really funky with him.
The 1-1 from Krebs. Changeup up in the zone. Etzel holds up his swing. The 2-1 from Krebs. Fastball rolled over from Etzel. Able to make the play is Page. On over to Krebs for the first out. Kind of interesting to see Page not take it himself and charge the ball.
Usually you see the first basemen make the play, put their hands up, stop, I got it, and then run to the bag themselves. But I was on that play, I was going to say, usually you see pitchers too. They kind of, for a minute, when they finish, the ball's hit, they stop for a second. And usually that second is costly. And thankfully, Krebs was on it and ran to first.
And you can tell Page doesn't play first that often, as he kind of stayed, feet in cement, kind of. He didn't charge the ball, and he didn't follow his throw. He kind of fielded it with feet planted and just threw over the top, which you never see.
He plays third. It shows you exactly what kind of player or the position that he usually plays, which is third base. That's usually the play that you do. You do charge the ball, but usually you stay, you plant your feet, and then you overthrow or overhand it. But Page is doing a great job at first. He had that one misplay, but besides that, he's doing a great job. And first base isn't an easy play. I'm tired of seeing players like, if you can't play any other position, just throw you at first. Oh, you're like in majors, you're getting old, just throw him at first. Oh, he can't catch, throw him at first. First base is a hot corner too. Doesn't get as spicy as third base, but it's a hot corner, and you gotta be quick like a cat on your feet to play third or first. So props to Daniel Page out there.
Playing first definitely keeps you busy. As Koelzer draws the walk, second walk of the day. And obviously at first base you have to have some defensive skill to have the footwork. You got to get the footwork down.
Exactly.
You got to have the reach, fast reaction time, because when that's not a long distance whatsoever. That's really short between third and first, short and first. That ball comes at you quick, so you got to have fast reaction. As Krebs throws the first pitch curveball in there to Martinez, gets ahead 0-1.
And those one hoppers are different than first base. Third base. The one hoppers to third, you can charge it easily. The one hoppers to first are the fast ones, the ones right off the bat. So, again, Daniel Page is doing, in my opinion, in my book, he's doing a great job at first. That one little error, we can forget about that now. That funky play he did right now, regardless, got an out. But in my book, he's doing a great job. I mean, imagine you being told, hey, get your first baseman glove, go.
Played first base all throughout high school. As ball gets in front of Frazier, able to stay with it on the curveball in the dirt. Koelzer stays put at first. As a former first baseman in high school, I love playing first. Always, kept me in the game, situationally thinking, where I need to be when, if this happens or if that happens. And I love playing first. I played there pretty much from when I was 12 all the way until I was 18.
And there's always traffic on first, too, for you. So you're always, like you said,
always making conversation and always in the game. Yeah, exactly.
I begged my coach, my senior in high school, Coach Brandon and Coach Carl, begged them to play first. I love first base, like third base. Third and first are my favorite positions, quote, to say, as he takes the walk. So there's runners on second and first now, one away. But my favorite player forever will be JT Snow. He's, to me, the best defensive first baseman ever. So I just wanted to play first. And then they threw me in during a practice. Keyword, practice, not a game. They're just...
Not a game.
Not a game. It was just practice. And my coach are just... They're hitting the ball to me, and they're not hard, and the balls just keep going under me. And point of my story is first base isn't easy. So, again, props to Daniel Page.
So we have a pinch hitter for the Prune Packers.
Now we have Reyes Fuentes. In 21 at-bats, he has a .238 batting average. He has 3 strikeouts to 2 walks. .59, 190.
Krebs looking to get a double play ball to get out of this inning. Fuentes swings and misses on the first pitch. 0-1. Aggressive approach to swing without seeing anything and being out of the game so far.
But like you said, I believe yesterday's game, it's the information your teammates are telling you. Hey, he has a nasty two-seam, blah, 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 blah. So you just got to take what they say and take it to the plate.
He swings and misses on the curveball from Krebs. Quickly 0-2.
Or you could be like Yogi Berra and just leave your brain on the bench and just go free swinging. Or he could just be doing that.
I mean, and back in the day, too,
Yeah, they didn't
for the
have-
longest time, they just had fastballs. And maybe the rare curve or, like, eephus pitch. But all those hitters, the reason why they were so successful is because pitchers, literally 9 innings, you worked until the end of the game. Chris throws a curveball in the dirt, maybe a setup pitch here. You went 9 innings, automatic 9.
Period.
Threw out your arm, all fastballs, just a toll on the arm. And I'm surprised they didn't have a lot more injuries back in the day.
It's just crazy how you compare nowadays baseball to back then. A guy pitches the whole inning limit. To me, is the most ridiculous, as he swings and misses for the second out. It's just crazy how there's so many guys. Aaron Sanchez comes to mind, the stud from the Blue Jays. He was on a pitching limit or inning limit, so he could only pitch like 180 innings. Like, if guys back in the day can pitch 300 innings a year, 180, like, you're afraid of him getting hurt? Like, I get to protect your guys, but are you serious?
Well, that was the gray area with when the Nationals, it was when they started making the playoffs again with Steven Strasburg.
They shut him down.
Real interesting call.
I get it. You got to protect for the future, but you're also playing for now. So what's the point of doing that?
It's Grant Little, shortstop. Had a really good defensive day for the Prune Packers. Steps up.
It's actually pinch hitter Sawyer Pittman.
He fouls that right in front of the railing.
I don't mean to giggle like I'm a 6-year-old. Sawyer Pittman.
Pittman. It's Pittman.
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 I'm calling him Pittman. Sorry. He has 56 at-bats under his belt with a .214 batting average, 16 walks, and 10 Ks.
Definitely see why he's pinch hitting for Little, as that on-base percentage must be scorching. The 0-2 just off the outside part of the plate. 1-2. Probably we'll see the curveball here from Krebs.
I mentioned that when I look at a hitter, I like to see his batting average, his on base, and then maybe his like home runs or RBIs. And for a pitcher, I like to look at his ERA, obviously, his WHIP, and then his strikeout to walk ratio. I zoom in on the K per 9 or the K per BB. I love that. I love all the stats that are coming out too. Don't understand what half of them are, but I just like how it's just new stats to determine.
So many. I mean, with technology advancing over the past,
like
say, 10 years, yeah. StatCast, all the, numbers that they're throwing out with projected home run distance and, exit velocity.
Exit
and
velocity
all
gets
that.
me.
Still 1-2 to Pittman. Krebs sets. The pitch. Curveball. Hit on over to Sandri. Sandri dives, hits off his glove. That's going to bring on a home run for the Prune Packers. Prune Packers extend their lead 5-3 over the Rock Hounds.
That was just a little slow roller. Not slow, but it was just a little opposite field roller to Sandri. He dove, but the ball just got past him into, left field to St. Martin. And St. Martin tried his best to get it to home, but not fast enough for Clay.
So that'll bring up Jamey Smart, looking to extend the inning and add on a few more. 5-3 in the top half of the 8th. Krebs looking to limit the damage. He throws a fastball outside, hits the black, 0-1.
It's 5-3 now here in the top of the 8th inning.
Krebs looks on over to Martinez at second. Keeps looking. Delivers. Change up. off the outside. Evens up the count, 1-1.
What do you expect Krebs is going to throw right here?
Might go to that breaking ball. Seems to be his go-to whenever he wants to get ahead. As he throws the changeup, swung on, hit on the right center from Smart, and that'll be gone. 3-run homer for Jamey Smart, and that'll extend the lead 8-3 for the Prune Packers. Got the hanging changeup from Kyle Krebs, and Smart took full advantage of that.
I mean, keyword hanging. He just left it hanging over the plate, and Jamey Smart, being the aggressive contact hitter he is, just smacked that ball right over the wall. I mean, Smith and Foscalina kind of danced with it and tried to follow it, but unless they got a ladder, there's no way they would have got that. And there definitely is bullpen action for the Rock Hounds.
Krebs throws the fastball inside to Tofflin. Smart just waiting for his pitch, and saw Krebs took a little bit off and said bye-bye. Tofflin gets the curveball, just a piece of it. Foul over to the left side. Prune Packers with 4 in the top of the 8th.
What started out to be what was a 2-0, then a 3-2, and then a 4-3. Now they added on. Now it's 8-3 as the inning is over.
As Tofflin strikes out looking against Krebs. Prune Packers score 4 on the Smart home run into right center. Prune Packers extend their lead 8-3. Rock Hounds don't have much time left. They got the heart of the order in St. Martin, Webster, and Sandri.
I'm Kenny Quilton. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as big power righty Grant St. Martin leads it off for the Rock Hounds, looking to get back into this ball game.
And we also have a new pitcher, Edward O'Bannon III. He has 17 innings under his belt with a 4.24 ERA, 7 strikeouts to 8 walks. So pretty much even on that one, but 17 innings of 4 ERA, not too shabby. Again, like you said, it's the inflated ERA with the summer ball. His is pretty low.
St. Martin grinds on over to third, and Tofflin fields it cleanly on over to Kuhns for the first out.
Third baseman, Garlind Webster.
And then O'Bannon with the beautiful glove.
Nice and bright.
Garlind Webster now up to the plate. He still can't get over that amazing play he did at third 2 innings ago, following the Kevin Sandri amazing play. So let's see if that can translate to an amazing at-bat.
He takes a first pitch fastball in there from O'Bannon. Gets ahead. That was a great play from Webster a few innings ago. Sliding on over to his left. Getting up quickly and making the play as he swings and misses on the fastball at the letters. Quickly down 0-2.
One pocket out. No, he probably's not doing that on purpose, but I don't know. I like those little things about a player.
As he swings and misses. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Webster on that breaking ball from O'Bannon. 2 quick outs. As I bring up shortstop Kevin Sandri.
Kevin Sandri.
You know, when you were down 5-3, you're still alive. You're still in the game. I mean, you're still in the game right now, 8-3. But when Smart hit that 3-run jack to make it 8-3 in the 8th inning, it just punched them in the gut, took their wind out, and they just look deflated right now.
Especially after that home run. That 1 run, it still kept them in the game. 5-3, that's not bad. But the fact that it was a home run, 8-3 isn't all that bad.
I think it'll come back.
Still,
it's just
as Sandri hits it off his ankle, looks a bit shaken up as he falls down.
Well, we hope he's okay. Mr. Swanson can't go down.
He hit it off his
Ankle right there.
front foot. No shin guard, so that had to hurt.
He's too cool for shin guards.
Sandri looking to extend the inning against O'Bannon. Gets a slider down 1-2.
You know what O'Bannon reminds me of? With the hair coming out of his hat, the way he places his glove on his hip, and when he finishes, I'm not sure if you agree, but Kenley Jansen. Not really the finish. The finish is more funky.
Sandri pops that into right field for a base hit. So Bannon looked a little frustrated that it didn't get caught out there in right field.
Second baseman, Vinnie Margiotta.
Second baseman, Vinnie Margiotta, looks to keep it going for the Rock Hounds. Rock Hounds don't have that much time left. So they got 4 outs to play with to tie this game up. Bannon throws on over to first, gets away from Kuhns. That allows Sandri to get to second. Looking to third. He will go to third. Standing up. Kuhns throws it in to Martinez.
That looked like it was 130,000 miles per hour out of Bannon's arm or hand, and it just caught Kuhns off guard, I feel like, and he just couldn't come up with it cleanly. And, good job for Sandri to keep the heads up play and keep going to third, especially after fouling off that pitch on his ankle, to hustle like he did all the way to third. So hopefully that we'll take that as a sign that he is okay. For now, at least. Because maybe tomorrow morning it won't be.
He looked a little gimpy, but still ran pretty well as Margiotta fouls it straight back right in front of us at the booth.
Didn't duck.
So odd for once. Didn't get scared.
I'm learning.
It's all about repetition.
Exactly. The more you do, the more you learn.
The 0-1. Slider fouled back from Margiotta. See if O'Bannon goes to that fastball he has, or even that sharp breaking slider that he's shown. The 0-2 from O'Bannon. Looked like a changeup in the dirt. Koelzer able to keep it in front of him to keep Sandri over there at third from scoring.
Yeah, I feel like in the play prior to the pickoff attempt to Sandri at first, maybe he thought he was going to catch him since his ankle maybe he thought, he was a little gimpy, like you said, his ankle, so he catch him off guard, but overthrew, and now Sandri's sitting at third.
Margiotta tomahawks it to stay alive. Great job to do that. I mean, looked like a last-second swing.
That was an emergency swing, most definitely.
Margiotta looking to drive in Sandri at third. As he pops it up, Koelzer under it, able to make the play to end the inning. Rock Hounds unable to score, and that'll set up in the top half of the ninth. Kuhns, Oar, and Etzel for the Prune Packers.
Carson Haas, thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Top half of the ninth we go, as we have a new pitcher for the Rock Hounds, Carson Haas.
Yes, we do. He has 23 innings under his belt. He has a 9.11 ERA. He has 36 strikeouts to 21 walks. And in the 23 innings, he has allowed 24 earned runs. So, like you said, in between innings, that's a run per inning.
Just a tad over a run an inning. So 36 Ks in 23 innings is fantastic. As Kuhns pops that up, looks like Sandri calls everyone off, takes charge, able to make the play, fighting the sun and the shade for the first out. So quick work from Haas. One pitch, one out.
What you want to see when with the relief pitcher, with any pitcher, honestly.
As Mitch Oar DH for the Prune Packers comes on up.
Nope.
0 for 4 on the day. 2 Ks, a fly out to center, and ground it out over to Webster on that nice play. I believe that was.
I was just going to say I actually circled it in my scorebook because just to remind me to when our Professor Poff edits and posts the game on YouTube for me to look back in that inning and just to look at that amazing play by Webster.
Haas does that 12-6 curveball he has in the dirt.
You mentioned, I don't remember when, but he started a game and you mentioned the curveball was his go-to. Or at least that game was.
That game was. I mean, so far this summer, from what I've seen from Haas, is that he loves to go to his fastball, and I think that's what gets him into trouble sometimes. You know, giving up 24 runs in 23 innings is he relies, I think, a little too much on the fastball. I think that's what gets him into trouble and, you know, sets up those long innings for him.
It's good to have a go-to pitch, but when it is the fastball, there's only so many places you can put it where it won't be in play.
Well, I mean, that and the fact that as Orr swings and misses, in batting practice, you pretty much see majority fastballs. So, I mean, every hitter, no matter who you are, you know how to hit a fastball. No matter if it's 100 miles an hour or 80 miles an hour. Everyone knows how to hit a fastball outside, middle part of the plate, or even inside. Sauls delivers a fastball. Foul back for Moore. Still 2-2. Frazier gives Haas the sign. The 2-2. Curveball in there. Catches Orr looking for the second out. Fell right off the table.
That was a filthy curve. That's the curve that breaks your ankles, buckles your knees.
A knee buckler.
Right fielder, Landon Etzel.
So that'll bring up right fielder Landon Etzel. 0 for 3 on the day with the walk, pop out, ground out, and strikeout. So that first pitch fastball, low and away.
It was a strikeout looking when Pham was just that strikeout machine earlier when he was still in the game. 7 Ks in 6 innings. Alex Pham.
Haas throws a fastball, catches the zone to even up the count. Up in the zone. 2-1.
See the dirt just explode from his glove.
Haas, I believe, clocks in at the upper 90s. Or, excuse me, low 90s. I think he's been clocked in, I want to say 90, 91. Etzel swings and misses on the fastball. Nothing but fastballs except for that one breaking ball to Orr. Or, excuse me, 2 breaking balls to Orr.
I mean, if you're clocked in at 91, I can see why you throw the majority of the time you throw fastballs.
Threw 2 curveball to Orr. Let's see what he throws to Kuhns as he swings and misses to Etzel. And that'll end the inning. 1-2-3. Strong work from Carson Haas. The Rock Hounds have 8-9-1 coming up. Page, Frazier, Foscalina looking to get back into this game. We'll be back.
This is Evan Pacina. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Welcome back.
Daniel Page.
Here in the bottom half of the 9th. It's first baseman Daniel Page looking to get something going for the Rock Hounds, see if they can get back into this game. Page takes a first pitch fastball from O'Bannon. Inside part, 0-1.
Being down by 5 in the ninth, that's not where you want to be ever, but nonetheless, you have to grind it out and get on base so then everyone else can have a chance in the lineup. You just continue to move the lineup like a choo-choo train, and then you can chew yourself on the base. Sorry, I tried to come up with a pun, but I lost it.
You couldn't tell. You couldn't tell. Yo to from O'Bannon. Throws a slider in the dirt. Might have been a setup pitch. See what he throws here. The 1-2 from O'Bannon. Fastball fouled off the hands from Page. It's like White McCampbell tried to make the play. The Rock Hounds dugout, but unable to.
He has paws, though. He can do it. Just not today.
Soft hands. That's what's key.
Mm-hmm.
And throws the slider. Page able to stay alive on it. Still 1-2. Page choking up just a little bit. See what he can do here. Pops up the slider. Koelzer unable to make the play. Thought he ran out of room, but the ball looked like the wind might have helped with that to bring it back in.
Great job by for Koelzer to get to the ball quickly. Just like you said, the wind had an effect on it.
Might have hit the netting to it first.
Oh, it did, yeah. So regardless, since it hit, it wouldn't have been an out.
Two and two.
What do you think he's throwing right now? Like
that one was. I don't know. That he looked like he might have thrown a changeup right there. Might have taken just a little bit off, but I'd say he's clocking in. I'd say upper 80s.
He's throwing cheddar.
Page grounds out over left side, just foul. That's Tofflin over there at third base.
It's always different when you're watching it on TV. For the longest time, watching, for example, Aroldis Chapman, he throws 103. Yeah, but on the TV, there's only so much effect you see, velo-wise. When I finally got to see him in person, my God, it was just completely different. It was just a blink of an eye, it's gone. So that's why I'm asking what you think his velo is, because in my eyes, that's cheese. He's throwing gas up there.
Throwing pretty hard as Page able to hold up his swing, brings it to the 3-2 count. The 3-2. Page fouls it left side off the fence. Got a good piece, just has to straighten it out.
It looks like Jack Pridey was in the bullpen right now, and he was playing it like he was at third base right now, waiting for the ball to get to him.
Page fouls back the fastball again.
Well, you can see the shadows right there playing evident for the players right now on the field. Is it affecting Page, you think, the shadows?
I think it does as a hitter. Ball is being thrown in sunlight and finishing off in the shade as he swings and misses. Looks like I had a little bit of a two-seam action to that fastball from Bannon. Nonetheless, sits down Page for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Brant Frazier for his first plate appearance of the day. Coming in for Zach Bartelme.
Again, hoping Bartelme is okay after getting still not sure what happened, whether it was to these swings and misses, as it was, maybe to the cup or his knee, anything.
Groin
like
area, something.
Yeah. Never want to be hit down there, even if you have a cup. I mean, I can't speak because I don't wear cups, but I know those. They don't really do much if you get hit there.
It hurts. Indeed. Nothing to mess around with as Frazier's quickly down 0-2 to O'Bannon. The 0-2. Fastball.
Ooh.
Just missed off the outside corner. As he throws the slider right past Frazier, swing and a miss. For out number 2. That'll bring up pinch hitter Mickey Nunez.
Mickey Nunez.
Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty O'Bannon. Coming in for Dominic Foscalina.
Looking to get on so then Willy Homza can get on so then Smith, St. Martin, Webster, the big guys, the heart of the order, can do some damage. Well, that's what I'm noticing right now with Nunez. He has the batting gloves, but he doesn't, what do you call,
Strap him
on his wrist. He just leaves him hanging, but I can see why, because the gloves can get tight and they can mess up everything. Just never seen that.
Two and one. Bannon looking to finish off this game for the Prune Packers. The 2-1. Fastball evens it up to 2-2. Just one pitch away. The 2-2 to Nunez. Grounds it over to Little. On over to Kuhns. Nunez just beats it out to keep this game alive. Great hustle over there from Nunez.
DH, Willy Homza.
It's Willy Homza looking to add to his day. 2 for 3. The RBI single in the 5th inning. So he gets a first pitch fastball, hits the outside part of the plate from O'Bannon, down 0-1. One and one. As the shades are playing a factor here at the end of the game.
It's 7:39 our time, so the sun should be going down in about an hour or so.
It's Homza off the wrist. To Martinez on over first. To Kuhn to end the game. Well fought game from the Prune Packers and the Rock Hounds. Prune Packers just had that explosion in the 8th inning from that Jamey Smart home run to right center, and that just blew up the game. So Soad, what'd you see from today's game?
I saw a lot of 100% effort from the Rock Hounds. They were in the game the whole time before the Jamey Smart 3-run jack. Alex Pham just completely settled down after the 2 shaky innings of the first inning and the 2nd inning, and had 7 strikeouts in 5 innings. Just amazing by him. Willy Homza had a night, 2 for 4 with 2 singles, one of them having an RBI, a walk. So all around they played well. It's just that one inning that they the Prune Packers ran into, the 3-run jack punched them in the gut, took their wind out. So nothing much you can really say besides great win for the Prune Packers.
Couldn't have said it any better. Prune Packers moved to 5-0 against the Rock Hounds. Again, 8-3. Prune Packers come out on top here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. Chris Zavaglia with my partner Soad Balazi here on the Solano College Sports Network, the #1 source for local sports. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
Thank you.